way back to the hotel room, and long and behold, there was this fine, beautiful black man. I was at a point in my life where I was that low that I slept with someone else.
Welcome to Do Better Podcast. I am your host, Theo Coop. We are back here with another video. Make sure you guys are liking the video and subscribe to the channel, man. We're on the road to 100K, and I can't do it without you. Push that subscribe button. Today we're reacting to a few TikTok videos of a woman giving a weird confession about how she was a 304 and cheated on her husband in Mexico. Let's get to it.
I knew that it was over when I was in Mexico because he told me not to fucking talk to him. He told me not to talk to him while I was on the trip with him. And I'm like, wow, like I'm really on this vacation with my husband in Mexico, the most beautiful place ever, and I can't talk to my husband. That means that there's no intimacy going on. That means ain't no touching, no hugging, no anything.
Pause the calls for a second, and I might actually be pausing this video a bit more frequently than I normally do during my reactions, but we got to sort through the nonsense here. You're on vacation with your husband in Mexico. Things can't possibly be that bad if both y'all black asses got on the plane and flew to Mexico together. You're on vacation together. And if that's the case, that you're on vacation together and he's saying from the start of the vacation, don't talk to me, y'all seem like y'all have bigger problems. What's the backstory behind what happened here? Because I got a feeling this is just going to be all, woe is me, I did anything wrong, he's the bad man.
This man put a pillow in between us. And at that point, I knew I deserved better. I knew that I gave him so many chances, more chances than what he needed. More chances that I had given anyone else. I knew that I had let him slide, even though the first week when we were talking, I should have cut him loose, but I kept him. And so I knew at that moment it was partially my fault that I was in this miserable relationship. And when I say miserable, I mean a relationship that doesn't include intimacy and love, which is very important in a relationship.
I'm still stuck on the fact that she said she knew her second week. Did she mean second week into the marriage or second week of knowing him that she shouldn't have moved forward, but yet you still married him?
Just to have that affection and that close intimacy with a person. So when we was in Mexico, he told me not to touch him. I'm like, okay, cool. This man treated me like shit for 5 fucking days. He treated me like fucking shit. When I tell you he treated me like I wasn't worth anything, he treated me like shit, okay? Like I was going to the bars, drinking by myself. He treated me like shit. And so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So on the 6th night of the vacation, you know, I was on my way back to the hotel room by myself in Mexico. On my way back to the hotel room, and long and behold, there was this fine, beautiful black man. There was this fine and beautiful black man. I swear, I thought like God himself had sent me this guy. I'm like, oh my God, he's tall, fine, beautiful, beautiful teeth, smell good. Like I was like sitting in the back of him, I can just smell like the cologne, like just coming my way.
And this is why I don't take religious people, especially Christians. I don't take any of you guys serious. This woman just said God just sent her this tall, beautiful man for her to cheat on her husband with this man.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That's what we doing out here. That's what you doing, JC. Stop the cap.
Nice watch, nice shoes. I was like, you know what? I think this is a sign.
And it's sorry-ass music, too. This gullible-ass music.
It's gotta be a sign, you know? This man was tall. He was about, you know what I mean, like 4 of my husbands put together. I'm like, this gotta be a sign because God told me he was gonna double it.
Wow. The disrespect for her husband, bro. Wow.
Anyways, so I started talking to this guy and he had some nice conversation in the first, you know, couple of minutes. As I'm smelling his cologne, it was some very good conversation. And so at that moment, I decided, you know what, fuck this. You are overdue on fucking intimacy, love, and everything else. Fuck it, because at this point, I was done with my husband. Didn't care what the fuck people thought about me. Didn't give zero fucks whatsoever.
And you notice she keeps talking about, oh, we were lacking intimacy, we were lacking love. That's what you need in a relationship. These are just buzzwords. These are just Joker tango. She's grasping at straws for any reason to justify her whorish behavior, and that's cheating on her husband while they're in Mexico with the dude who I'm sure, without even finishing the videos, you know he hit it and quit it.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
He hit that one time, bent her over, and she's never heard from that guy again. The way they try to use specific words and twist the narrative to try to justify their deplorable behavior is beyond me.
And so, you know what? I hung out with this tall, beautiful black man, and I had the best time of my life. And I swear, like, when I was with him, I felt like I freed myself. I felt like I was trapped somewhere. And I know that, mentally you're trapped, but sometimes some good sex can bring you out of that shit and fucking wake you the fuck up. Like, wake the fuck up. And that was a moment where I woke the fuck up, and I knew that I deserve love, I deserve affection, I deserve good intellectual conversation, I deserve a man that fucking smells good, no salt taste. I deserve it the fuck all. And that's when I cheated on my narcissistic husband.
Oh, that's when I cheated on my narcissistic husband. You can't make this stuff up, man. She's gonna call him a narcissist within the same breath admitting that she cheated on this dude on vacation that I'm sure her husband paid for. The audacity, man.
Did I tell my husband that I cheated? I am a very honest female, and for me in a relationship, honesty is very important to me. So I always tell my husband, if I cheat on you, I'm gonna tell you. That's how I feel like a married couple should be. It should be honesty. And so when I came back from this big, beautiful black man, I'm telling you, we walked on the beach with our toes. I can still remember my toes in the sand, the coat, everything I wanted to do in Mexico that week. I did it in one night with this man. And so
And what's your relationship with that man right now? Till this day, I want to know.
That morning, because I didn't get back to morning, because at that point I gave zero fucks what anybody, including my ex, had to say about me. He was my ex-husband at this point. So I came back to the room, and of course this fuck boy is doing some fuck shit. He locked the hotel door, like he bolted the fucking locks, right? So I'm knocking on the door, banging on the door, and I'm just fucking happy at this point. It just felt like I just got a happy shot. When I went to Mexico, I was low. This is my first time fucking since I was 35 years old, so I felt great at this point. At this point, I walk inside the hotel room, and my ex, he couldn't tell me shit. He couldn't tell me not a thing. And I'm like, you know what? I cheated on you. And I told him everything. He said he didn't care. I'm like, cool. Self-care is very important in a relationship. After all is said and done, I can go back, I can laugh about, how I screwed this random fine-ass man on a vacation with my husband there. It sounds pretty fucked up, but it made me evaluate myself. I was at a point in my life where I was that low that I slept with someone else. And for me, that wasn't my typical behavior.
Stop the cap.
Stop it. You gonna act like you've never done that before? Get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm 35 years old. I never did a one-night stand. And so for me, I realized how low I was and how empty I was, and the importance of me doing that self-care work, and the importance of me evaluating everything around me. I had to evaluate my current relationship with my ex-husband, my relationship with my kids, my friends, my job, and how I was spending my time, and why I was in a place where I was this low. So yeah, self-care was very important to me following that.
That is absolutely the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. And I've already given my opinion throughout the video, but a couple more. The music. It's the soft, subtle music. That music is put in there for you to feel empathy, to feel sorry for this woman who cheated on her husband. Can't make this stuff up, man, but real quick, there's three sides to every story. Her side, his side, and the truth. And the true story is usually somewhere right there in the middle. When a story starts off, they're already in Mexico and their relationship is terrible. Well, a lot of us who possess critical thinking, our first thoughts is, well, what happened before? She doesn't go into that. She just seems like her husband's a piece of shit and they're in Mexico and he's being an asshole to her, with no discussion of how rocky their relationship was, what happened prior to, because you don't just go to Mexico and just be pissed the hell off as soon as you get there on vacation with your wife. There's a backstory, and it's amazing that all 6 of those clips, she never took time to explain that. And also one last thing, at the very end she says, that is when I cheated on my husband. I cheated in Mexico with my narcissistic husband. I don't like the fact that narcissistic is just thrown around so flippantly nowadays, but if I had to guess who the narcissist was, I'm gonna assume it's you. You know why? Because this video should be taken down. There's no way that all these videos should still be out here on the internet, but they like the attention no matter how bad it makes them look. But in their mind, they're always right, and they're always the victim. And someone's always doing something to them, and her husband forced her in a way, but not showing enough love and intimacy. Again, buzzwords that mean absolutely nothing. They just want to justify their deplorable behavior. But hey, what the hell do I know? I'm just a weed head talking on YouTube. You guys let me know what you think after party in the comments. It's Commander Theo Coop, but you can
Call me bitch.
do better. Squad.
Excuse me, bitches?